Nah, we're not going to wait 30 more seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome in. Yes, you see some mods in front of me now. We've got ground handling. We've got the 737-700 from Level Up. I've got flight model fixes up the wazoo. And I love it. I love it, man. This year I'm having a lot of fun. Way more fun than I thought I would ever have at Xplane 12 at this point in my life. Maybe it's just because I'm starved for NG action on the 737, but aside from that, I mean, I'm also kind of enjoying just mixing it up. I'm so burnt on the planes that we have in 2024 right now, so this is kind of a nice mix-up. And I know we're going to do a night flight. We're still going to do our night flight. I think we're going to do the 737-900 night flight later this week. But today I have something in store for you. I've downloaded some Ortho, and we're going to do some California Southwest ops. So we're sitting on the ramp here in Sacramento. We're going to fly on down to Burbank, and then we're going to do the short hop from Burbank into San Diego, all with the Level Up 737-700. Now, this is the latest flight model fix. I believe it was sent to me in the Discord from somebody in the Xplane section. I did one test landing with flaps 40. It seems to be better. The nose doesn't drop quite as much, but it almost makes it harder to get us like a land normally. Like flaps 40, it used to just like really come down. So I don't know. We'll have to let the flight model fixes continue to improve. But I'll tell you out of the gate, just hand flying it around with the Bruner, it's cheating mode. I love it. It hand flies so nice with the Bruner. It's just a whole lot of fun to fly. I've got everything else set up. I've got some more cameras. I've got a sneaky little FMC cam that I'll show you here in a minute. But let's have ourselves a day. Let's have ourselves today. What's up, man? Orca livery next time? Oh, Alberto, you know what? Good to see you, man. I was trying to decide which livery to take, and then I was looking at the special ones. Orca livery, the Texas one, but I just came back to the old Canyon Gold, the original Southwest color. This is the color I remember the most as a kid, flying this particular livery. I flew it a lot as a young kid traveling out to San Jose to see my grandparents. So, flip-flop cam. Oh yeah, we got a HD flip-flop cam. Let me show you what we got here on the slate. So thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you. So first and foremost, you all have seen, so we got this camera. So now this is going to be our takeoff and landing cam. That's because the FMC, or the MCP will line up. But then we have a programming camera with a HD in focus, hopefully FMC. Got to love that one. And then we also have our cruise camera like this. I'm playing with the camera. So I also got my yoke following, everything working, so we'll be able to see the yoke moving in cruise, which is cool. But yeah, we've got more cameras. We've got everything we can think of now, and I think we just need to go fly and have some fun. So, Vodka, what's up, man? Did you get that Vatson burner set up for me yet? Romulus, what's up, man? Thank you for the 72 months of support. Xplane, did V1 get abducted by aliens? Listen, I didn't get abducted by aliens, but I'm telling you, man, Xplane 12, I've pretty much decided that Xplane 12 is only dead because of the developers. The hardcore Xplane fans have been let down by the devs that develop for Xplane, because this Level Up has the textures and the model that are 100% acceptable to sim around in 2025. The lighting in the sim is up to 2025 standards, right? It may not be better than 2024. I think it's better at nighttime, but it's very close. It's really getting there. The problem is the planes. The problem now is the planes that are not freshly created in 2025 for Xplane 12. I think that is the biggest problem, in my opinion, because flight model has always been great. The clouds actually look pretty dang good. We'll take a look around. We're running real weather, but I ran the time back so it's sunrise. So you're kind of going through a blue hour sunrise, and we'll let the sun come up because we are going to be flying over some Ortho, so we want to see all that. But honestly, I mean, look at that. Look at that sunrise over there. Come on. That looks pretty good. Look at the sky colors. Look at the little wispy clouds. I mean, Xplane 12 is getting there, but we need the Xplane 12 devs to step it up and start really sharpening up their model and their texture, in my opinion. I mean, look at this. This is a free 737-700. It's got better model and texture than the iFly Max in Microsoft 2024. That's my opinion, and I'm going to stand by it because I'm on the Xplane 12 Kool-Aid for right now. So let's fire it up and have fun. I am on 12. I am on the latest 12. I think it's 12.3. I'm not running the beta. So whatever the latest updated Xplane 12 stable is, that is what I am currently on. So the ants, the ants are still there, but they're getting better, and I think a lot has to do with the daytime and like the sun angles and stuff like that. And you can see ants pop up a little bit more. But, yeah, I mean, it's still pretty dang good. So let's hop in. Oh, Drischel Mac. I forgot all about the install the light mod. However, we're doing a daytime flight today, so it won't be an issue. But I will have it installed for our night flight. I think we're going to take a 737-900. So Gus says, default scenery. If so, you need to attach the jetway. How do I do that, Gus? I've tried. Shift G. Nothing. Now it might be because I rebound it, but it's okay, Gus. We don't need no stinking jetways because we got 427 plugins and we've got stairs here for Southwest Ops. So into the cockpit we'll go. Let's program this airplane. Now I want to check. I don't know if I'm saving my settings correctly here. Let's see, hardware. See, my yoke is twitching. Why is it doing that? It needs to be only virtual. No. Bruner, yes. Yoke auto center off. That's what it should be. All right. Now, I'm going to hide the yoke because until I get power to the airplane, it does that. So we're going to start the flight leg. And I'm not going to start ground services. We're going to actually, let's go ahead and connect the GPU. And we don't need to set the chocks. But we can open the doors. Left front. Left rear. We'll get the doors opened up here so we can board. And look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Wingnut, what's up, man? Thanks for $2 super chat. Straight wing eyebrows, or I'm unsubbing. I can't do, the 900 Wingnut. Yes, I will do straight wing, of course, because Alaska had straight wing. I do have eyebrows for you, though. Look, I got the eyebrows. I thought you would like that. I put the eyebrows on the 700, but these... They never had any straight wing 700s at Southwest, right? So they had the 500 and 300, I think, were straight wings. Or was it just a 500 that was straight wing? But when we do the 900, I will do the straight wing Alaska. I think we'll do straight wing Alaska, and we'll go LA to Mexico City long haul. All right? What area did I download? I downloaded all of California. All of California. Cali Simmer.
I go to Phoenix for a couple of days to do world flight and come back to the Captain flying Xplane. What did they put in your PSL?
I know.
Just kidding. Hope all is well and cheers.
Hey, cheers. Right back at you, Cali Simmer. I've been watching you guys over there on World Flight. Make sure you are checking out Cali Crew, World Flight. Get to see Zippy stall the 737 into Cancun. Was awesome. We watched a little bit of Wrong Side flying last night as well. But the Cali Crew is in full force over there flying the World Flight Ops. So shout out to all of them. And thank you, Cali Simmer, for the $10 bank angle check. I do have a PSL sitting next to me right now, ready to rock and roll. So hope all is well. Thank you for that. Very, very kind. Turtle also dropped the $5 super chat there. Appreciate you, sir. Says, I missed a bit, but is Xplane better now? Or should I stay with Microsoft 24? I'm just wondering if I should switch or get Xplane. Turtle, I would not invest in Xplane 12 yet, unless you're just completely burned out of 24. There are channels. I would highly recommend, Turtle, go watch Q8 Pilot. He flies almost, not exclusively, but he flies a lot on Xplane 12, and he's got a lot of mods and visual mods that make it look better that I don't like to tinker and set up and take. I mean, today it took me 3 hours to get this stream ready to go, just because I had to transfer Ortho, download Ortho, just pain in the butt. I don't have the time for that. If you do, there are things you can do to the sim to make it look pretty good. But I highly recommend you check out Q8 Pilot before you start thinking about investing. What I'm rocking here is free. This is a free 737. I already had ground handling, so that's a payware plugin, but I already had it from my Xplane 11 days. No scenery other than Ortho, which is free, and then that's it. So that's what I got. So I don't miss tinkering. And Mickey G, I don't either, man. It's been, especially now on Windows 11, like trying to create symbolic links and all this stuff. It's a pain in the butt, dude. It just, I got to the office at 9 o'clock and I wanted to stream at 11, and we're streaming at 1:30 because it's just been such a pain in the butt. So let's go ahead and have some fun. We'll fire it up, and we'll pick up the chat here in a little bit. So we got ground power connected. I'll let you listen to the sounds because this airplane does sound amazing. I need to turn down. Is there a way to turn down the ground handling trucks sound? Tools, liveries, control. I thought there was a way to like turn their sound down. There's a control panel. Yeah, that's fine. I just don't like how loud they are. Get the battery switch on. Get the ground power on. Yes, yes. We'll get everything juiced up here. Oh yeah, scroll sim back at it. That's one thing I do not like. Why is it I swear I'm on the click spot and then then that happens. Look at that. Yes, yes. All right, everything's booting up. Let's go ahead and take it from the top so I don't get all out of whack here. We're going to go align nav, align nav. I guess we could throw the dome light on? We'll throw the dome light on since we're kind of here at the gate. Bright? Yeah, we'll do dome light bright. That's pretty cool. We got the aiders into a line. This all looks good. Fuel pumps can stay off. Off. Everything looks good. Let's put you on ground power. We'll put you on the VAT bus for right now. That's all powered up. We'll get the emergency exit lights are armed. Hydraulics A's on, B's off just for wing nut. We'll get the window heaters on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bleed panel is set. We're cruising down to Burbank at... Let me get my flight plan here. 37,000. That's aggressive. Let's readjust. Let's say 3. Well, you know what? We're in a 700, so we should be able to get up there quickly, right? We'll set 370. Landing elevation in Burbank, we'll have to look it up. I'm going to put 300 feet right now. We'll see what, maybe one of you kind folks can help look it up for me. We'll get the logo lights on, the position lights on. We'll clear that out. We'll clear all this out. Do a little lights test here. Beautiful tapes and 8s. Everything looking good. Keep you in the bright mode. Clear the caution. All right. Now, let's do this thing here. Get this popped out. This is the level up, whatever the latest version of the level up is. V2, I think. Got to get this little 80 eyeballs recentered here. And we can start doing our FMC programming. So let's go ahead and go FMC, pause and knit. Is that going to work? Can you guys see that all right? I don't know what it looks like with this lighting condition, but hopefully it's still pretty juicy. We'll put you in there. Route. We're going to be going from Sacramento to Burbank. Level up is the new Zebo, indeed. Landing elevation is about 800. Thank you, sir. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. 800 is set. Departure arrivals. Departure out of Sacramento. We have planned 17 right on the foothill. 17 right, foothill 3, departure out to Frankfurt, Germany. Activate, execute, and basically right into the Burbank runway 8. So we'll go Burbank, ILS Zulu runway 8, and we're coming down the Rocker. Rocker 2 from Rehberg. Rehberg. We'll leave it like that. We won't do the approach via. So that looks good. The cameras, I got autofocus tripping out on it. Let me see. Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah. Let me do some adjusting on that real quick. That takes a quick hot second. Autofocus off. Alright, there you go. Autofocus is off. It should be legit now. Yep. Alright, good. Alright, let's see. So we've got that all done. Go back to the route page. I'll check all of that. We got a disco in there. We'll come back and check. I think Silex will be just fine. So, root, perf, and knit. We're going to leave you here for right now. We're going to go do some Xplane thing. So, let's... Well, I guess we'll start flight leg if I didn't do that already. Payload. And passengers. Now, there is no way... Is there no way to randomize this? This is, like, kind of crazy to me.
Attention all aircraft. Sacramento International. Information. Kilo. Current. Altimeter 3006.
So we're going to just go ahead and we'll take 24, since we took all males yesterday. Oh, I think it only puts you in males. 24, 30, 24. We're taking a full load, just about. We'll take 25, and we'll take 25 there. That looks good. Forward cargo. We can take 2,000. That's 2,600 payload, and actually we're going to take 3,000. And then we'll take 2,000. 29.5 on the payload. That checks out. That looks good. Next page, and then we're going to go back to ground ceviches again. Hold on, fuel. I forgot to change the fuel. We need block fuel 11.6. Let's do 11.7. 11,700. Enter. And then call the fuel truck. Fuel truck called. We'll wait for our fuel, and then we can continue programming. All right. No SimBrief integration as well. Man, SimBrief is so dead to me, man. So SimBrief is so mid. Who needs SimBrief? Cruise altitude, I'll set this in the FCU, or MCP, real quick. I do wish it spun a little bit faster. Alright, 370, we'll put 370 in here as well. Cruise altitude 370. We're going to wait for our weights to be finalized. Now actually it should start coming down when the fuel truck shows up. So you see here, yep, it's going up, it's live. I don't know if you guys catch that, but that is working correctly. We'll wait for that to finish before we do the rest of our N1 limits. Looks like our everything else just came to life here. Let's get our ATIS. Let's see, 30-6 on the meter. Light and variable. So 30-6. Set once. Set twice. Set thrice. 30-6 across the board. And we'll just wait for our fueling to finish. I don't think, is there any prohibition about starting the APU when the fueling is happening? I sure hope not. So let's go ahead and take a listen. I don't know why it keeps putting me in the terminal. It's kind of weird. What's up, Flatterlive? No gender neutral options. Set payload total and it splits it evenly. Oh, okay, okay. I'll do that next time. Still messing with this camera a little bit here. About as good as I can get it right now. Alright. Should we open the cockpit window? Why not? Alright, 30-06 is set as our fueling done. 11.7 is on board. We're going to take reserves of 2,000. Cost index of 75. Execute. N1 limit. TO1. No D-rate. Takeoff. Flaps 5. CG is 17.9. 6.5 on the trim. Gives us a V-speed 21, 24, 32. Throw 132 up here in the window. 132 is set. We'll get Flight Director 1. Flight Director 2. We are going to be a heading off of the ground, so we will just go VNAV. No LNAV. We'll spin our heading bug around to 070-ish here. Or excuse me, 168. Runway heading is set. All right, 168, and we've got 132 on the speed. 370 set top altitude. Oh, you want the flight director cam? Yeah, I've got that too. I just didn't know. I got to figure out. I may have to get a. Because I'm not sure how I want to do it. Because I don't want to have too many cameras on all the time. Like in cruise, we'll have the FCU up or the MCP up. But it would be nice to have a, what's it called, like a stream deck, so with the press of a button I can just toggle cameras around. I was thinking about putting this one down here, just so you can, trying to keep it out of the way, you know? But, I don't know, I'll just leave it up here for now. Nope, that's not the one we want. There you go. Alright. But we're pretty much done with that right now anyway. So many new buttons, exactly. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of all of these folks. Y'all can drive away. Get rid of them. Sun's coming up. We're getting ready for a departure. Whole screen MCP. Just have the MCP on the whole screen. That would be pretty good. Alright, they are slowly but surely leaving the aircraft. Fueling is completed, so let's get our fuel tank pumps on. Nothing in the center tank. And we'll go APU. Did we come off bus? No, we're still... Yeah, we came off bus there. That's weird. Ground power off. Get rid of everybody. MCP and wing views only. Sim famous. I definitely was thinking about that too. But then what I have to do is I have to go back and I have to make sure whatever I'm using my keyboard for is not bound in the sim. You know, look at that sky right now, though. Look at that sky. Why are we not flying in Microsoft right now? Because look at that, dude. You're telling me that doesn't look very good? That looks pretty amazing. That looks pretty amazing. Alright, I gotta mute my phone because Wingnut and Turk are just rolling me up like crazy. So I'm gonna mute the chat that they have. Hide alerts. No. Alerts are hidden, so I can no longer get my phone battery dead. Alright. Remove the winglet? No, that's the proper winglet for this airplane. That is the proper winglet for this aircraft. Nah, we can't remove the winglets on a 700. Southwest did not have 700 with no winglets. Right? Only the 5s. So we can't do that. All right, APU's up and running. Let's go ahead and get the bleed on because everyone's probably cooking by now. So that's all coming up. Let's go ahead and close the window. TCAS, we're just gonna squawk 2,000. Put you in altitude mode for now. They did have no winglets? Okay, well maybe for the next leg we'll go to winglets. I don't know. A 700 without winglets would look super weird, wouldn't it? It can only be 500 without winglets. Alright, fueling has been completed. That's all done. So we'll go to ground services. We'll close up the doors.
This is Captain speaking. We're just the final preparation here for departure from the gate. Maintenance is wrapping up one final item.
Of course, maintenance is
take
wrapping
care
up
of
something.
before we depart. So pretty close to right on schedule today. Should be just a few more minutes. Maintenance will wrap up, hand us our logbook, and we'll be on our way. Thanks for your patience.
Alright, so we got maintenance, of course. Are we on a 300? Alright, anti-collision is going on. Anti-collision is on. We're going to disconnect the GPU. Can I use this through here? Ah, very cool. We're going to go to 17 right, so we'll just push straight back, like so. Boom.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, here we go. Winglet chat has replaced ITT chat. Wow, you guys aren't going to let this go. Alright, somebody find me a Google photo of number 726 Sierra Whiskey without a winglet, and then I will do it. I guarantee you, you're not going to find that. Challenge accepted. Here come the AI no winglet pics. I know. Oh, what the hell, Gus?
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready
Whoa.
to connect.
What is happening with our sky? I hate when I change views, it does that weird thing. I found it. Weather motor is default. Yep. I don't know what's happening. What is happening with our sky, I guess?
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Got Xplane. Brakes release. Clear to push.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
We're going to do the southwest style. We're going to get them rolling in the pushback. We'll put you on TARA while we're at it. Oh, I also bound my engine start switches, which is pretty sweet. So here we go. Grounding 2. Packs are coming off. Link posted in live stream chat. Well, good thing I can't open Discord. Mars, what's up, man? Thanks for the $2 super chat. Thanks for showing Sacramento some love. Grounding 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Love it. Brake set. Clear disconnect.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, auto, those are on. That's set. 800 is set. We're going to go continuous. Trim was 6.5. Flaps 5.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay. It's coming to RTO. Brakes release, takeoff config is checked. Let's get out of here, chat. Taxi light. Let's do driveway view. I missed this view here from, oh yeah, look at that. Look at the heart. I love the heart on there. My speed did reset. I wonder why. 132. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that happened when we lost power. Because remember, the GPU cut out when I hit disconnect all. Find out on rotate. What? On rotate? On rotate, everything's been fine. I haven't had any issues hand flying the airplane. But we will find out. Yeah, we don't have full meal service. We have the my absolute favorite Southwest snack before everybody got sensitive and had allergies all of a sudden was the honey roasted peanuts. The honey roasted peanuts were the absolute best on Southwest. Give me 5 bags of those and a cran apple, please. The whole can. That sound is real. That sound is straight up real. All right, here we go. We've got everything else set. Fuel is set. We got auto throttle to go. But I mean, this is just... I mean, that brings me right back to being a kid, man, and flying on these birds. Love it. Flew from Sacramento to Las Vegas Southwest many times. Their honey roasted peanuts were goated. Indeed. They were goated indeed. Look at that beautiful sunrise this morning in NorCal. Wing view with the engine. Which one? There's 2 of them. This one is good. I wish I could get rid of this little, like, artifact thing. But this is also pretty goated right here. That big chonky wing, man. I love it. The slats and the slat texturing here on this model is 10 times better than I fly. Missed the yaw damper. Oh, does this have the yaw damper switch on this airplane? I don't even know where the yaw damper switch is. I thought it was automatic. Is there an actual yaw damp on this? Oh, yeah, up top. Oh, yeah, I did miss that. That's always there. Honey roasted peanuts seem purpose designated specifically for dudes who are 4 beers deep. Ask me how I know. Courtney, that's what's up, man. Or a solid block of cheese. Yeah, with gloves, though. You gotta have gloves. You gotta have gloves with a solid block of cheese. Alright, we're going to keep it rolling, but I want to make sure, if I go to settings, I want to make sure the sounds... Oh yeah, this is why. We need to turn this up to 11. Engine volume 10. Alright. Kind of got this big hold short pad here. This will be the penalty box. But let's go ahead and get it all on.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Ready.
Flight 19 with us. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Hey, dudes that fly with gloves. Hey, I don't lie, Mickey G. I saw you wearing gloves in your video. I saw you wearing gloves. That ITT double spike video. Here we go. Get those yogas ready. Auto throttle's armed. Spool them up 40%. Yoga. Didn't take the
80 knots.
Didn't take my auto throttle. We got manual throttle. That's all right. I was too quick.
V1, rotate.
I was too quick. It's all right. We'll fly an old school way. Positive
Positive
brake.
brake.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Number 20 degrees max. Fly with. Oh, that looks amazing.
1,000.
All right, 1,000 feet. VNAV, we'll go ahead and select heading. Give us a heading at 150. Flaps 1. Let's go, legs page. Direct to road. Execute LNAV. Flaps up. I can't wait till I have this part of my wind wing. All right, looking for 250 knots. Auto brake is off. That's coming off. Pull these out of the way so we can see the FCE a little bit better. Look what we got down there. Ortho. Actual Ortho. Doesn't look terrible. Looks terrible if you're not following the flight director. Monday. I must have a yoke setting that is not correct. insane. I had it perfect before. There we go. Command A is on. Now watch this. It's really bizarre. I'll let it stabilize, and then I'll reconnect, and it'll stay connected the whole flight. Now the yoke will follow like it should. Alright, we're at 10,000 feet. I wish there was a click spot to do these all at the same time. Alright, that is all set at 12 thou. Turn the sounds down a little bit. We got a disco. We'll clear that disco out there for reverb. 314. Let's go ahead and let's climb a little bit faster than that. Let's go 300. I'm going to climb out. Southwest 357, maintain 300 knots in the climb. I want to test something here. Southwest 357 for traffic. Fly heading 140. There we go. Look, the yoke follows it just as it should. Freaking love it, man. That is so sick. Watch your ears fly by. To secure that camera a little bit better. And that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Ortho down there looking fantastic. Now watch this. I'm gonna go turn it down. We're gonna go outside cam. I have an obsession with doing this. I don't know why. So watch the FMC. We're gonna go. All right, Southwest 357. Reclear direct. Cargo. Execute. LNAV. And it turns. You can watch the whole thing. It's so sick. Look at that black nose, man. That's the best. Adam Chino, I don't have it mounted to the Bravo. I think you can. I have it 3M Velcro strapped on there. It's stable enough for what I need. That's the bank angle check cam, indeed. Bank angle check camera. All right, we'll get standards set across the board once, twice, and thrice. And we're navving back to Gardo. Wasn't that sick, Nabil? I feel like every time I see that, Nabil, I think of your video when you made the Barry Seal trailer, and it's I don't remember how to explain it, but it's the shot where like the camera pans to the Duke, but the Duke flies up from the bottom of the screen. It's such a cool shot, dude. If I can only be as skilled as Nabil Hamdoui. Shift 9 or 0 has similar drone, but I like the Shift 8. What's Shift 8? I'll try it, Gus. Oh, look at that shot. Reminds me of playing with my toy models, you know, just hold them by the tail out in front of me and walk around the house. That angle, it's like the exact angle. Speaking of Barry, I finally watched American Made last night. Pretty solid. Hell yeah, Norgan. Hell yeah, my man. So we can have cruise cam. If we want. Southwest 357, proceed direct Frankfurt, Germany. Oh, so much fun. Yeah, it is free on YouTube right now. PSA is, American Made is free on YouTube right now. Public service announcement. Nice Shift 8 cam there, Gus. Not bad. Is only Zebo and Level Up made 200 models? Oh, if only? That would be cool if they made 200 models. Oh my goodness. Stephen Hanna, thank you for the 737 super chat, man. All Xplane, all less expensive 737 hardware. Who are you and what have you done with the real V1? Either way, welcome to the dark side. Hey, Stephen, thank you so much for the 737 super chat, my friend. Appreciate you. Flyby just for Stephen. I got bored, man. I was going through an era of boredom in my flight simming hardware and just what we were flying. And just, I needed to mix it up. Ortho looks pretty good down there, guys. That Ortho looks pretty good down there. What do you guys think of that Ortho? Yay, nay, may? Are we competing? Got bored of the Baron and Bonanza? Oh, no. Definitely not bored of that, but I can only stream that so many times before nobody wants to watch those videos anymore. I love Baron and Bonanza. I've actually been flying them on my home PC. That Trax Airbus is very boring. This is not Orbix, AJ. This is the... it used to be Fork Boy, and it's on that website like Flyaway Simulation or something. Where you can, it's all put together for you. You don't have to do the conversion, but then you have to pay the $5 to get unlimited download speed. I downloaded all of California in about 25 minutes, but then it took about 2 hours to transfer it from my drive to the scenery folder because I don't know how to do symbolic links in Xplane 11 or in Windows 11. It's absolutely driving me nuts because I used to have terabytes of Ortho on separate drives, and I would just link them to the custom scenery folder, but I cannot figure it out. I tried with Vodka. I tried on my own for about an hour. I tried the command prompt nonsense. I just can't get it to work. Back in Windows 10, you just right-click, create the shortcut, and just paste the shortcut. Shortcuts even work, but I can't even do a shortcut. It's so dumb, man. I hate Windows 11. Apache stream when? I still have all my Apache stuff at the house. Drish Mac, interesting. I might look into that. Drish Mac, I can't even make a shortcut. That's the thing. I can't even make a shortcut. Like when I right-click on the file, it doesn't give me an option to make a shortcut. I can only copy and paste, and when I copy and paste, I'm just moving the whole thing. So if anybody knows... Look at that, though. That Ortho down there. We are challenging... Maybe not quite. Maybe not quite challenging Microsoft, but it's not bad. The hills look pretty good. Control right click? Let me see. Because I can... Let me just see. I don't want to mess. I just tried to open up the Ortho folder right now, and you're going to get a spinning wheel. On Aaron? Aaron? Don't you saboteur me here, Aaron. I'm not even going to mess with it. I'm just going to go back here. I'm not going to mess with it, Aaron. Trying to saboteur me. The more options, there's no more options. Or when I sent you a screenshot, I posted a screenshot. When I do more options, it's like... It's not there. It's not there. Oh, control right click with more options? I'll mess with it later. I mean, I got this one moved over. This was only about 106 gigs, I think. I just didn't want to, I don't want to convolute my TrueSim, my 2024 simulator drive with Xplane nonsense. It doesn't work if your folder is compressed into a zip folder. Okay, I see what you're saying. Maybe that was the problem. Because it was inside of a zipped folder. Maybe that is the problem, Flight Sim guy. Are the Shadow and Xplane 12 fixed? They're okay. The shadows are nowhere near a 2024 shadowing. After more options, then click new. I'll mess with it some more. I mean, I don't have any more ortho to move, so it's fine right now, but I like Xplane 12, but I refuse to go back to it after corrupting Windows in the process of troubleshooting an old version of it. Had a USB to wipe and reinstall Windows, lost all data, never again. I know, Turks, and that's the tinkering required for this sim is like, it's backbreaking. The tinkering that you got to do, the stuff, the setup you got to do, it reminds me why I left Xplane in the first place. Look at that, we're doing 1,700 feet up to 37 and 700.
1,000 to go.
You know, Microsoft 2024, you just load in and go, man. Once the tinkering, it's never done though, AJ, because then something updates, and then you got to update 6 programs, and then this isn't updated. Now this isn't compatible with this. You got to remove this, and then you're flying somewhere. Oh, dink! You're missing a library now. It's just, it's so old and it's so outdated. Like, everything should work from the base sim. You should have ground handling as a base plugin. You don't have to install. You shouldn't have to download, install SAM to get jet bridges to work. You shouldn't have to download, install, what else you gotta do? Volume tools. Because it's the same, it's like I said, I have limited time to stream and make videos. So when I show up to the office and I got 3 hours sitting here and I haven't accomplished anything, that's a waste of time. I could have done a Microsoft 2024 stream. In fact, I was going to do 2 streams today. I was going to do Microsoft first and then this, but I wanted to get my Ortho set up. It took me 3 hours to get one state of Ortho set up, mostly because I was waiting for it to transfer the files over. So it basically, it cut a third of my day out here. Library, yeah, then don't get me started on the I&I folder, man. Oh, make sure everything's layered. And then X Organizer wants to charge you for the Xplane 12 version? Come on. Come on. All right, we're level 370. Seatbelt sign is coming off. Oh, we never turned it on. Rip. Never turn the seatbelt on. Now, how do I save and load configs? I want to save everything here. Quick save all configs. Can I click that? Quick save all configs?
Once confirm the flight deck, seatbelt signs off. Here, free to move about. Please remember while singing to keep your seatbelts fastened. We'll update you once you start our descent. For now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us.
I gotta say the PA system sounds pretty dang real. Quick save all top left. Okay, good. I'm gonna do that now because I have it set up the way I want. So we'll go here and I'm gonna quick save everything here. I think maybe because I didn't. Oh, you know what? My sim crashed the last time I exited, so maybe that's why I didn't save the configs from the get-go. But all right, so now we're gonna figure out our. Oh wow! Look at that. It's too loud. I like the Shift 8 drone. Just a second. Turn this down a little bit more. Try to find a good angle here. Oh, there we go. That's a good angle. Beautiful. And then we will... Oh, there we go. That way we can keep track of everything that's happening here. Matter of fact, let's go direct Reberg. Execute. Direct to Reberg in the turn. We need some old country music, man. We need some old school country music because we're Southwest, circa 2003. I like it. What drives me crazy about replay in Microsoft mode? What? What drives me crazy about Microsoft's replay? Oh, CD Racer. Listen, I used to think like you, but then I got Flight Recorder, and the Flight Recorder tool is better than the Xplane replay tool. So it doesn't matter what happens to your sim after you've recorded it. You'll always have the replay. So even if your sim crashes in replay, you can just load back up, load into the airplane, and start the replay over. So look into Flight Recorder. It's on the Flight Sim TO. It's a free recorder, and it's actually superior to the Xplane recording system or replay system, in my opinion, because you always have it. Also, Nabil, that's what I was going to say. I don't like that you can't change the time of day in replay. Absolutely. I don't think they kept the Canyon blue, Dylan. I don't think so. It's refreshing having a camera option that isn't fisheye. I agree, Wingnut. You know, 2024 actually, if you do the, I forget the key combination now, but there is a spot view where you just zoom out, or you move the camera out and zoom in, and you don't have fisheye anymore. But I don't know. You fly 2020 dead sim, so I don't know if it's available to you. Let's keep track of our progress here. So top of descent is 100 miles. Cool. Love it. Can you read that? I gotta see. I might just have to get a higher quality. That's pretty good. Uh, 19th AFO, 19th. Does the mouse not hide on Xplane? I thought the mouse hid on Xplane. I guess not. We value our customers song. FCR is better than Xplane replay is probably... No, not FCR, Aaron. Not flight control replay. That thing is trash. Don't use... No. Not FCR. No, Aaron. FCR is garbage. Flight recorder. Not FCR. Don't confuse the two. FCR is garbage. That's the default. Yeah, the garbage, man. Don't associate me with FCR. But yeah, I agree. CD Racer default. You know what else, Bob? Like we lost stuff that we had in all the previous generations of flight sim. We lost the spot view, picture-in-picture, flyby view, tower view, runway view. Remember all the views we had? Like, where did all that go? Why do they... It almost reminds me of the EA franchise. If you ever played EA Sports, or I played a little bit of Madden, you know, from the early ages going on. I'm a big football fan. And it seemed like every year, the new Madden, you were missing a feature from the previous year. And then, like, 3 years later, you'd have that feature back and they'd advertise it as new. And it's like, come on now. It wasn't new. We had this 5 years ago. Yeah, FS9, man, was awesome with the views. I used to love doing the picture-in-picture of the wing view while I was landing real time. But tower view was great. Hit the like button if you were ever trying to cycle views in FSX or FS9 and you accidentally hit nearby tower view and you were up at cruise and your computer crashed to desktop, or FSX crashed to desktop because it was trying to... It had to load everything that wasn't already loaded, lock up your sim. Hit the like button if that ever happened to you, because it happened to me. What happened to if it's in the game? It's in the game, yep. Only thing in Xplane is that hand flying feels much better than Microsoft. Michael, I'd have to probably fly a vetted flight model, like maybe the Zebo. Here's the thing. It's hard for me to really comment on that now, because the actual feeling of flying with the Brunner, I can make any airplane feel realistic and really, really good on the controls. That's the benefit of force feedback. What I can't change is the power performance. So if you have a super overperforming airplane or an airplane that doesn't have enough drag, that I can't change. But as far as moving the airplane in the sim, and this is proof to you. A lot of you will say the level up doesn't fly good. I'm telling you, the level up flies just as better than or just as good as the iFly does in 2024. Like, it hand flies amazingly, but a lot has to do with the profile that I'm using. I'm actually using my NG profile that I had set up for PMDG, so the control pressures all feel the same, the trim feels the same. Where it's different is when we're coming into land. The one thing that is not correct, and it's been mentioned here before, is when you're especially flaps 40, I can go full aft, I can't get the nose up, I can't flare. Now this latest flight model fix that I have supposedly takes care of that, so we're going to find out together. We're going to try on our landing in Burbank. We're going to try flaps 40. We'll see what it feels like. If it still feels wonky, we'll do flaps 30 San Diego. Fly-by-wire aircrafts, same thing. You know, Michael, the difference with fly-by-wire is I have a force feedback base for that as well, where I've made profiles so the tension and the pressure on the stick feels exactly or as close as I can to the real thing. And then it all comes down to just power performance of the airplane. And we've done the tests. I've looked at the numbers. The Fenix Airbuses have more accurate performance numbers than the toeless birds. All right. So in terms of acceleration, deceleration rates, things of that nature, they're more accurate on the toeless bird, or excuse me, on the Fenix birds. But the toeless does hand fly nice. I still think the toeless flare is a little heavy, but I mean, at this point, I think we're as close as we're ever going to get it on any desktop sim. Whether you fly an Xplane or you fly in Microsoft 2024, we're about as close as we're going to get as far as Airbus 320 series aircraft are concerned to flight modeling. Yeah, Flight Recorder works effortlessly on 2020 and 24. Yep, it does. San Diego is generally flaps 40 since it's steep. What about, so Wingnut, it would then be both, would Burbank obviously be flaps 40? Well, I say obviously, but is it flaps 40 on Burbank too? AJ, I already know, right? Yeah, Michael, no worries, man. And here's the thing also, Michael, about what flies better. People always want to compare sims, okay? And we talked about this as well. But I think both simulators, whether you're talking 2024, not 2020, 2024 versus Xplane 12, both simulators have the capability to have very realistic handling characteristics with an airplane. It really comes down to the developer and how much time they spend on making that flight model feel good. Because I will tell you, I have flown both. I have flown bad feeling airplanes on Microsoft. I've also flown bad feeling airplanes on Xplane 12. But I've also flown good on both. So more so than a sim comparison, we should really just start comparing devs, right, within their respective sim. Even the 15 mil level D sims do not feel perfect. Like 100% Turks. Case in point, I came 1 degree from tail strike in E190 on the first takeoff in recurrent because I went to pull back on the yoke and it just ripped off the ground, which the airplane has never done before. So it's like, what's up with the sim? It's just a simism, right? So even those level D sims, guys, they're very close, and the level D sims are extremely accurate and precise on power performance, right? Because when you're simulating an engine failure at high density altitude, you want that airplane performing just like the real airplane does. That way the crew knows how much, grace they have or do not have in respect to their current scenario. So it's very important that those level D sims have the power and performance as close as humanly possible to the real thing. Where it tends to get off a little bit is the feeling of the sim. Sometimes it just doesn't feel right, or like the yokes feel a little bit too soft, at least on the Embraer series. Sometimes the side stick doesn't feel quite right in the A320 sims. Like, it's just not quite the real thing. And also, I always bring this up. The Airbus sims that I've been in, all of them, it's copy-paste numbers for the engines. We have more random and almost more realistic engine data in our desktop sims than we do in the level D sims because they just copy-paste. All right, we can't do lyrics. Hold on. $700 with winglets looks pretty good. Looks very sporty. I totally agree. Black Square Aircraft and Fenix fly fantastic in Microsoft. Meanwhile, the default 152 is not great. Yep, the flight model is definitely more up to the dev. 100%, man. 100%. I've got Microsoft 2020 Phoenix and switched for a little bit to Xplane 11. Tolus man hits different. Hand flying in 2020, a thing. I don't like 2020, man. I don't like the way hand flying feels in 2020. It feels less organic. It feels blocky. If I were to put a word on it, I would say 2020 hand flying feels blocky, whereas 2024 feels much more organic. And there's also improvements to the flight model and improvements to engine models in 2024. There are things in 2024 that are not in 2020. So I would highly recommend, if you're in the Microsoft game, try to get 24 running smoothly because it is superior. I sat jump seat to DC once, wingnut. Wait, what? On a 738 and the crew used flaps 40 said, oh, you're talking to wingnut. I thought you sat on wingnut's jump seat. The crew used flaps 40. They said the plane does weird aero stuff with 40. Well, that's a good question. PMDG 777 flies insanely better in 24 and 20. I agree. Yep. Yes, Aaron, you're absolutely right, man. As simmers, we obsess over feel, but real world, we obsess over making sure the numbers are right, because in reality, the numbers are what's going to keep you alive. If you have an airplane that is overperforming in the level D sim, and you're consistently climbing out of Reno single engine, and then your real airplane loses an engine out of Reno and you don't clear the mountain, that's a big problem. Thomas Ray, what's up, my man? Says, I got my FSprojects side stick while I was in Ireland. It's just for sure amazing. Sweet, dude. That's sweet. All right, we're 20 miles away from top of descent, according to our progress page. So let's go ahead and go back to work here. Man, that's going to be a quick flight, huh? All right. Get the sounds back up. I'm just going to set, if I look at the legs page, bottoms out around 7,000 at Nike. The 7.3 gets quite pitchy with flaps 40 IRL. All right, well, we're going to see what... that's the opposite. I think that's why people are saying the level up for flaps 40 is not good. Because it's the opposite of pitchy. I cannot flare. A full aft yoke, I can't get the nose up. But we are trying a new flight model fix that I haven't really tested, so we're going to find out together what it feels like. We're going to try flaps 40 here, Burbank for sure. All right, let's go ahead and step through this flight plan. Let's go here, Irvin, Mikey, and then it's Silex. We're just going to connect it up. Let's just connect it up. Let's bring Silex. Nope. We're going to go Silex here, execute. All right, that's all linked up. That looks good. Let's go ahead and get our knit ref done. Flaps 40, 128. All right, flaps 40, 128. Speed is set 109.5, 079er. All right, 079, 109.5, 109.5. We'll get you tuned in here. .109.5 both sides, 079, and we're going to do auto brakes 3. Auto brake 3. RNP is alive. Power's coming back.
We're about to begin our descent. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts for the remainder of the flight. It's been our pleasure to have you on board today. I hope you enjoyed the flight.
All right, down we go. AJ, thanks for the $3 super chat. Be a man, forced hex visual 1.5. Negative. Negative, Ghost Rider. I don't want to mess with getting those charts out. Plus, I think they're actually landing 8. Let me see if I can't find Burbank here. Where's Burr at? Here it is. Winds are light and variable, so landing runway 83009. I'll set the standby so I remember. Light and variable 3009. Beautiful day for flying. Alright, thrust is back, down we go. ILS 8 it is. Off of Silex, flaps 40, 128. So this is what I still don't know about wingnut. Do I put, it says wind correction plus 5. Do I add 5 to the speed there where I've put 40 and 128? So do I make that 133 in the FMC, or do I leave it 128 in the FMC? Or do I just add 5 on the MCP? What's the point of it saying wind correction plus 5? You're supposed to put ref plus 5 in. Okay, so we'll do 40 and 132, or 133 rather. Well, see, AFO says leave it in FMC, add 5 on MCP. Okay, manual. That's what I'm going to do. Wingnut says manually add it. That's what I'm going to do. Listen to Wingnut. He's allegedly flown these once or twice in heading mode from Minneapolis to Phoenix. All right, down we go. We add 5 in the MCP. All right, Mickey G. He's got AI-generated PT6 videos, so we'll listen to him too. Min is plus 5, max is plus 15. Same as the Airbus, just a dumber way of doing it. The Airbus will show you the ref, and then will also show you the plus 5 additive, and that's what your VLF, that's what your VAP is. What are you, the ASAC police? Hi there, Captain. Do you have the X-Craft? I do not. I do not V2 plus 10, and someone else, I think Gus asked about that yesterday. I am not at the point yet where I want to invest any money in Xplane 12. So I am flying what is free and what I have that's either been updated for 12 or not. So Level Up is free. I'm not spending any money on Xplane 12 because I don't think I'm going to use the sim as much to make it, what's the word I'm looking for? To make it, you know, to spend money on it. Like, I'm not going to use it enough to spend money on it. Well, in the Airbus, do you talk about your X on dates too? Sometimes, man. See, ERG, the wing view looks great, dude. I think that wing view looks great. I like the grease. I believe these are all Al Ayubi liveries, and Al Ayubi, I think he makes stuff for 2020 and 2024 as well, but in the X-Plane days, he was a stud, adding flap dirt, things like that. Absolutely love it. Home email, is the 7.5 a free upgrade? Because if the 7.5 is a free upgrade, I would entertain the idea, I'm not saying I would, but I would entertain the idea of doing the 7.5. See the eye adaptation thing? I think that's what, I mean, look at that cockpit. I mean, if I were to jump into Tolis, you guys are going to freak out. Look how nice this panel looks. Now, is it perfect? No. Could there be some improvements, especially on the knobs? Absolutely. But this panel is really well done. And we're really high on profile. Speed brake's coming out. Not a fan of the Flight Factor 757. I'm not either. I had problems with them since day one. They're Xplane 9 aircraft that have just been ported to allegedly work from Xplane 9 to 10 to 11 and now 12. The pricing model is you have to have a master's in hieroglyphics to figure it out. Never thought ground speed mini would be the most missed thing. We're catching up to it, allegedly. J-Long 8986. Thank you for the $20 super chat, my friend. Appreciate you. As V1 took my sister to Detroit for her flight, they flew into Canada briefly during takeoff on the way back to DFW. Do you have to get clearance to jump over the border, or is it back to the highway in the sky? Thank you, J-Long, for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, man. Well, they have clearance because they're going to be talking to whatever controller they're talking to. They're being handed off, right? You don't have to get like a special clearance to fly into Canada. It's probably just it's just their route of flight that they had. Now, I will say, if your cell phone's on, you will ping a Canadian tower, and then you will get charged. But yeah, there's no special like, oh, we have to go to Canada now. It's all going to be handled by air traffic control. But thank you for the $20 super chat, J-Long. Appreciate you, man. All right, coming through transition. 3009 set once, twice and thrice. Seatbelt sign is on.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
All right, we're back on the VNAV path. If anyone just tuned in, am I starting? I am just starting an Xplane yesterday, and I'm using the level up 7.3. Having problems installing the liveries. Hunt 737, I've downloaded the liveries from Threshold, I believe, is where I've got most of my 737 level up liveries. And you just put them in the level up aircraft liveries folder. Seems to be working just fine. So make sure whatever livery you're downloading is compatible with Xplane 12. I'm assuming you're flying Xplane 12. And it should work. Just drag and drop. When I see people flying any of those Flight Factor birds, I can't even watch. They're an epitome of not innovating and stealing from their customers. Andre, I agree, man. I agree. I am not using Moby Flight, Robbie Thompson. Sorry, I just saw you over there on the vertical stream. I'm using SimApp Pro. I'm using SimApp Pro today. It all works default with SimApp Pro. That Ortho's looking all right. That Ortho's looking all right. You dreamed I was really short and you lost a bag in the airport. Never forgotten airplane mode? Not me. Never got to the destination, only pull out a bag and see 5% battery remaining. Yep. I've never done that either. Now, the 777, the Bills Mafia, I agree. The 777 looks good. But that was made for 2012, or excuse me, Xplane 12. It's way better when you get the correct mesh. I have the correct mesh. I used X Organizer. I've meshed it. We meshed it. I mean, that looks pretty good. Okay, all right, that's what you mean. No, Hunt 737, you have to drag and drop the livery into the specific level up folder. So it's going to be Xplane main folder, airplanes, level up 737, and then inside of that folder you should see a liveries folder. That's where you drop the livery. So it's in the liveries folder, in the level up folder, in the aircraft folder, in the Xplane 12 main folder. So you got to go through all those steps. Welcome to Xplane. All right, we're VNAV pathing. We're looking good, I think. I wish I had terrain, but I guess you have to download some friggin' terrain plugin, which is, again, why? Laminar wants to crowd themselves on realism, but you got to download a plugin to get terrain mode? Come on now. The atmospherics are pretty dang good, Vodka, I'm not going to lie. I am not gonna lie. I'm getting more and more excited for another a pseudo long haul. I say long haul. It's gonna be probably 2.5 hour, maybe 3 hour flight. We're gonna take an Alaska 739 from LA to Mexico City. Can we even get a 739 into Mexico City? Maybe we shouldn't take a 739. We could take a United 73 from Houston to Mexico City, a little bit shorter of a flight. Intuitiveness goes out the window with the community folder? Oh no, brick teller. It's one folder, dude. Any add-on you get, you drag and drop it into one folder. Community. Done. You don't have to separate liveries from airports, from scenery. Anything you download, right in a community folder. Done. One-stop shop. Anchorage to Phoenix? Talk about a long haul. Oh, as it's incredibly simple. Okay, I thought you were saying it was incredibly difficult. Now, we are flying into some haze where we cannot see out the window, which is interesting. All right, we're at 10,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck here, we're on our descent. Seatbelt signs going to be back over our rattle. If you're up and about, please turn your seats, fasten your seatbelts. Still showing well ahead of schedule. Thanks, Skipper. Hope you have a nice week. And you'll appear here very shortly.
Right, down to 7,000. We're going to maintain 240. Only good plane is the Felis. The Felis is good, but I'll tell you what, man, the level up is pretty good too. Anchorage DFW is a 7.5. I don't think the 900 probably. I don't think 900 can handle it either. I don't know. I hate how I pass through the model and it flickers the whole thing. This begs the question, do we need to try the IXEG? I don't know what's going on with our viz. We've lost all our visibility. Maybe I should actually get the chart out here. We get a little bit nervous. Just going to do it off of memory, but not anymore.
To go.
All right, if we have to punch out, go miss. 4,600 feet, climbing right turn. Silex is at 3,700. So I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to set 4. We're going to blow through some airspace. We're going to set 4. I'm going to take control of the speed, 240. And let's just keep going down. Level change. Down to 4. See if we can get out of some of this haze. IXEG is good, but not for the current plane, Xplane state. Really, Gus? Yeah, Mickey G, I love the IXEG. Is it abandonware, Gus? Is the IXEG, has it turned to abandonware? Oh, here we go again. Gus says, the dev should return end of year. New update. Every Xplane stream. Oh, it'll be good in a new update. Just gotta wait for another update. I'm gonna nickname Gus the update man. It's the 300 rough landings. 300. We're going to hustle down the 4, and then we got or it's 3,700, and then we're going to rip the speed back here. We're coming in a little bit too hot. Well, there is no sim update 5 beta will be fixed now. Like there's no need to wait for any update in 2024. 2024 is fully stable and running very smooth right now. Flaps 5 is 250, so here we go. 1, 2, 5. The 737 slats are superior, for sure. 7.3 slats are pretty sweet. Alright, let's engage the Loke. Loke is armed. Loke's alive. .3,700 feet over Silex like a glove. I don't like that I can't see anything out the front of the aircraft, though. Kind of suspect. Alright, good approach. Glide slope's armed. Stow the speed brakes. Let's come back 160, flaps 10. Glide slope's alive. Go around altitude is what did we say? 4,600. Glide slopes capture. Go around altitude set 4,600. Set. Hazy and sun right in our face. I know, Buzz. Pretty wild. We got to be fully configured for my old SOP, so we're going to go ahead and throw the gear now. Gear's coming down. We're going to bug 133. Flaps 15. $25.30. Flaps 40. Gosh, the flap sounds, dude. So freaking good. Oh my god. The sounds, dude. I can't get over this airplane. It's so much fun. Alright. Flaps 40, green lights, spoilers. I'm going to arm them before I disengage. Spoilers are armed. Auto throttle is off. Autopilot's off. I was going to change the camera, but I think I'll just leave it as is. There we go. Around with view. Let's get off the Loke. Wow. Really got off the localizer there. Correcting. Roll feels very different in this flight model update. Very sluggish on the roll. How is the 7.3 at flaps 40? Is it pretty sluggish? I mean, look at that. That seems way different than yesterday. Runway's in sight. We're making it out now. Although Yoke is unusable inside of what? 3 miles? A mile? A mile? I think it's inside of a mile. So we're just going to stay visual. Which is interesting that we're getting a full low displacement right now. It's kind of neat. I'll bring it in a little bit low here. We don't want to float.
100. 50, 30, 10.
Yeah, see, look, I'm full aft. That's all right. We got on the markers. My goodness. Handle brakes.
80 knots.
That's all right. If the worst thing for the level up is you can't flare at flaps 40, I still take it. It's still fun. It's still freaking fun.
Aircraft is parked to the gate, and the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign.
We're just going to park down here at the end.
And opening the overhead compartments. Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you had a pleasant experience, and we look forward to serving you again. Thank you, and have a pleasant afternoon.
That's an FO in the doorway saying goodbye if I've ever seen one. Listen, you can't tell me that's my fault. Even Gus was slobbering all over Wingnut Stream saying that you can't flare this airplane at flaps 40. So don't tell me it's a skill issue, because I was full aft. I even had a trim to get a little bit of nose up. Captain Bin Popper. Should have got all our lights. That's all right. We are doing the turn, so we're going to set the brake. We got to wait for the cool down, so let's go ahead and get this. Got to get the APU started. Off. Wait for the APU to spool up here in our shutdown mode. Is that a displaced loc? I don't remember. No. Welcome to Burbank, Captain Bin Popper. Oh my goodness. I'm curious to see what our oh yeah. That's alright. It's a normal landing rate for half you guys. So look at the landing rate here. We're right on where we're supposed to be, because you have to go around by this taxiway right here. You have to go around by this taxiway. That landing was a 449 at 128 ground speed. But that wasn't my fault, I promise you. Let's go ahead and get the gens on. Come on, APU. 8.5 Gs. No, 1.5 Gs. CPU takes a long time. Boom, boom. Let's go ahead and shut them down. Stand them up, shit them down. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. I've seen F-16 matte rate turn smoother than this. There's something... I think I have some setting wrong in here. Because it's fighting me, you see that? Maybe that's what I'm supposed to have. Who knows? Alright, let's go ahead and throw the replay on. Click it. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. I was banging myself for a park visual at LaGuardia being 1.4 G. Andrew P, what's up, man? No, you're not late, dude. We're doing one more quick leg down to San Diego. We're going to do flaps 30 into San Diego. Because you just can't flare at flaps 40. You just can't flare it. It's a massage yoke. It's a feature. Oh man, there's your downtown San Diego default scenery. At least the trees aren't so obnoxious in Xplane. Oh, here we go, here we go. I mean, we were right on the spot. See, you'll watch. I start to flare, and then the airplane... See how it pushes the nose down? That didn't look that bad. I mean, that looks like wingnuts landing on a normal day. Right on the aiming markers. But look. You'll watch. I'm going to turn the sounds down. This is... I'm constantly doing back pressure. Watch the pitch of the nose. It forces you down. I'm flaring right there. You see that? It's like I'm fighting it. You see? I'm not lowering the nose. I am not pushing forward at all. And the nose is lowering down. But honestly, for freaking Burbank, I mean, I've seen your guys' videos. I think we actually got robbed on that. I think that's more like a 300, 350 max. You're telling me that's a 450 or whatever it said? We might have got a little bit of a robbage going on there. In the words of XB72. Remind me not to deadhead with you to Burbank. Well, is it captain only? It was captain only for me at my last airline. Sliding this so nice, man. The sounds are nailed. All right, let's let it finish up, and we'll file for a quick flight down to San Diego. You guys want to see any more? Probably not, so let's go ahead and just fast forward. Love the flap view. Alright, so I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to come forward, and I'm just going to play it. I mean, this shutdown is pretty cool. Shutdown sound. I'm going to start filing our San Diego flight right now while we wait for it to shut down. love it. All right, generating new flight plan. Wow, they got us going out to Lancaster? Van Nuys 3, Palmdale, which is over Lancaster, and then back down to San Diego? Wow, inland route. All right, that's fine. 29,000 feet top altitude. All right, so I'm going to let it go all the way to the end so everything gets synced up. I will say, if this works again, where we just went from replay mode right into our second leg with no bugs, I'll be very impressed. So we are back. We're back live. So let's go ahead and continue the shutdown of everything here. Let's go ahead and let's go to ground services. We'll set the chocks. We'll connect the GPU, and let's bring these folks up here. As they get ready to service the bird. Do you have bound ATC for Xplane? No, it does not work for Xplane. Does not work for Xplane, my friend. We'll keep the time going right now as is. We'll let the sun come up. This will be a real turn. We got to be off. We'll be out of here in 30 minutes easily. CWA, I am interested in the IXCG, but people are telling me not to fly it. Nothing is Captain only here. Only one Central American airport the FO is not allowed to land at, but only if it's their first time. Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty cool, Turks. That's good. I like that. I always thought it was kind of silly, too, because you still had to do it in the sim as an FO. So, like, why would they restrict it if you couldn't do it? I don't know. Just seemed kind of silly. All right, ground power. We'll disconnect the APU bus. That's coming off. That's off. Hydraulics can stay on. Off, off, off. Off. That all looks good. And logo lights steady. Anti-collision is off. We will do left ignition for the second leg. Fuel tank pumps all off. All right. Let's go back to the init ref, and let's go over here. Start prepping. Approach rating was great. Landing rating was great. Look at that. We'll start a new flight leg. Now I'm going to try what you guys did here. You said to just put it in here and it'll randomize it. So payload is supposed to be 28 thou. Payload is supposed to be 28,060. Okay, wonderful. All right, and then as far as fuel is concerned, we need a block fuel of 10.6 again. So we'll round up 10.7. We'll do 10,700. And then we'll come back here, call the fuel truck. Fuel truck will roll up, start doing fuel things. Here comes the real fuel truck. We need a walk-around mode. So the wheel fuel truck is rolling in. Oh, we got to open those cargo doors. Now that they're done, but all right, cool. Servicing. All right, while that's doing that, I can still program the box from out here, which is kind of neat. Using jar ground handling, jar design, I believe. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Our fuel will change. We'll save that for the rest of it. Let's go back to the route page. And reflight, we're going Burbank to KSAN. Departures, arrival, Burbank, departures, runway 15, Van Nuys 3. Was Van Nuys 3? Palmdale. Activate, execute. After Palmdale, direct Julian VOR. Juliet Lima, India. From Julian, we're going KSAN 27. We'll load up our own. San Diego, arrival, localizer 27. We'll take it from Lindy. And really, we should probably come down the comics. Why don't we have a arrival there? No, the comics is from the other direction. Alright, we'll just take it from Lindy as is with no arrival. Not necessarily realistic, but we don't have VATSIM to yell at us anyway, so that's fine. Like the new CDU cam? Nice, man. Thank you. Alright, so that's our route. That looks good. Perf and NIT, we're waiting for our final fuel numbers to come up, and we'll finish that. The cruise altitude is 27? What did I say? Oh, 29. Cruise out to 290, transition 18. All right. Wait for our fueling to finish, and then we'll get our rest of our weights finished. We'll reset the MCP here, flight directors. Set a top altitude of 29. This is the Level Up 737 rain beer. Level Up 737-700. Flight level 290. We're going to be off heading runway 150. I think runway heading is actually 154-ish. 155-ish. Alright, 155. That is all set. We'll leave the course lines the same in case we have to come back. Yes, this is Level Up. Level Up 73. Alright, 10.7 is on the fuel. Reserves of 2,000. Cost index 55. Execute. N1. No derates. 24K on the takeoff. We'll do flaps. Should we do flaps 15? Is that a proper takeoff? Flaps 5? Let's do flaps 5 again. We got to make sure we have to verify our CG at 19.4%. So we'll come back here, weight and balance. Yep, 19.4. So that does check out. 19.4, 6.25 on the trim, 120, 123, 131. We'll set our MCP speed, 131. Gross weight 125.3, takeoff 125.3. That all looks good. All right. Fueling is complete. APU start. Seatbelts are coming on. Yaw damper, window heats. Spooling it up one more time. Does it go over the default? No, it's a complete standalone. You can download it on Orbix. On Orbix. Wow, so Quinnen Williams was traded from the Jets to the Cowboys, huh? Good. I saw they got rid of Meg Gardner, too. Gosh, I can't stand that corner. Yeah, hi, I'm Tommy. Yeah, it's on the Orbix. It's free. Go to Orbix Central, level up 737. Ground service, this is JAR ground handling. Alright, speaking of ground handling, we'll go back to the main menu, ground ceviches, disconnect the GPU. Are we done loading on the right? We are done loading on the right, so let's go ahead and close up cargo. We'll close up all those. Get rid of all of them. Passenger bus is going away.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the flight deck, welcome aboard our flight today. We're wrapping up the final paperwork here to get you on your way momentarily. I want to thank you so much for your company.
Can't wait to have PMDG back. Oh, I know, me too, Double D Worth. I cannot wait. Who's the ambulance for? Me. Ambulance is for me. I know, AJ, from the Jets to the boys. Unbelievable. Well, you know, they needed a defender, and Quinnen Williams, or a defensive lineman. Quinnen Williams is actually really good, dude. He'd tear it up. My wife actually has his jersey. He's a pretty good. All right, APU bleeds coming on. Get some air conditioning to the cabin here. Let's get the anti-collision light on. We will get rid of all of them. Chocks remove.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Right here.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I mean, not gonna lie, V1 is practically type rated in the 7.3 now. I know it, right, man? Right? What do you think of the iFly 7.3 Max? I don't love it, man. Textures are not very good, especially on the wing. The sounds are phenomenal. Handling feels pretty good. The box does some weird things, but it's still, I mean, it's decent. I'm not a huge Max fan in general. Like, the 7.3 to me should look like this or a Classic. Having those big screens in here, I'm just not a fan personally of it.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
You forgot to remove winglets? It's gonna look weird, isn't it? Let's see. Can I remove the winglets on this? I don't think I can, actually. Ooh, no winglets? On a 700 looks so wrong. This looks so wrong, guys. You want to go no winglets?
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
I mean, that looks so wrong to me. But, alright. Let's go. Brakes release, clear to push.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
As soon as we get away from the gate here, we'll crank them up. Grounding 2. Here we go. I don't know if I've ever been on a 700 without winglets. It just looks like a 300 now. Exactly. It looks just like a 73300 with the less cool cockpit. Did I have the everything set up right? Yeah. Fuel on. Oh, we have the packs on. Shoot. Abort to start. Abort to start. There we go. Sim unsat. Here's your block of cheese. Thank you, AJ. Appreciate the super chat. I got my block of cheese ready to go.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Park brake set. Clear disconnect.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Not gonna lie, Xplane 12 shines in some regards. I still like Microsoft 24 over the others. No shame playing, but oh, Jeff, for sure. There's no competition in my opinion. I'm just burnt out from all the tube liners that we have in 2024. I have an NG itch. We haven't flown a 7.3 NG in over a year, so that's why. And to be honest with you, the force feedback sounds awesome, or it feels awesome. Why do we have a failed start? All right, fuel's coming off. We've got a motor. Clear the fuel. How long do we motor? What's the starter limitation? We're motoring, we're motoring, we're motoring.
Ortho is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe
2
flight.
minutes? You sit there and motor for 2 minutes? Oh, that's the limitation. All right, we're gonna let it cool down. We'll let it cool down over there. Let's go ahead and ground 1. That's bizarre. Two minutes from when you put the start switch in the ground. Okay. Hopefully this one starts up. Probably should be monitoring the instruments. That sounds like we got a good start on 1. Let's go ahead and get Gen 1 online. Let's get off the... and let's isolate and ventilate. So we're going to go isolation valve closed, left pack high, left bleed on. Right? So now we're venting the cabin. Look at that. I'm a professional. How's number 2? Let's see if we can get number 2 spooled up now. Grounding 2. No juice. I'm going to blow up the APU running this config? Uh-oh. Well, I don't want to blow up the APU. Left pack off. Off. Open. Alright, I was just pumping some air into the cabin. This is why we start 2 first. Exactly. Alright, we're going to watch this one from inside, make sure we get a good start. We're going to motor it all the way up. I have my fuel switches bound. That's why you don't see me moving them. I have them bound. Let's see, I'll zoom out. Alright, motoring, fuel. Light off. So we can use the right pack. Oh, so you start 2 so you can use air on... Okay, okay. Alright, we got a good start. Beautiful. 2 good starts. Gen 2 is back online. Here we go. Alright, we are ready. Flaps 5. Started valve open. Should have filed career track. Alright, RTO flaps 5 trim 6.2. Right about there. Takeoff config checked. Will be LNAV, VNAV. Speeds are set 131. Let's taxi out. We're going to make the right turn here and join the taxi. I still don't like that wing. That wing looks... I love straight wing Boeing, but on a 700 it's just too long. It doesn't look right. Flaps 25 takeoff at a Burbank for real? Can we do a Flaps 25? Is that a thing? On a 700? Takeoff speeds deleted. Alright, let's do Flaps 25. 13, 14, 23. 10, 15, 25. Wow. Alright, Flaps 25 takeoff. Flaps 25 is green light. And speeds are set 123 now. We set 123 up there. Alright, 123 is set. We do the takeoff config. That checks. I'm starting to not like the time of day. I kind of want to fast forward to like a midday. There we go. That yellowish morning time is kind of gross. Now we're in gray sim. Xplane 12 is still good only in low light. Delta's all about the flap 1 takeoff. Yeah, I think, isn't flaps 1 normal for most people? Flap 25 on the 900, that would be nice. Yeah, we got to do no winglets, eyebrows on the 900 Alaska paint, ERJ Sim. That's, I think, what I'm leaning on. Flap 25 not true for this temperature and weight. Flaps 5 is fine. Yeah, I'm sure we will. We were planning on flaps 5. But why not 15? My time jump seating flap 1 was used normally on the longer runways. These speeds are checked. We reset them. 13, 14, 23 is all set. Southwest 357, runway 15, wait for takeoff.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Octo throttles armed. Take it all the way down. Flap 1 on the 800, flap 5 on the 900 are the standard for you? Okay. I heard Aerosupra uses flap 0. Missed me some Aerosupra ops. Oh, I gotta get the, I want to reset our flight track for the second, for the vertical stream here, so we'll at least have our landing. Alright, flight tracker is set up on the vertical stream. Cool. Flight deck to SimCity, can't recall a time we ever used anything other than flap 5 on the Dash 800. Flap 25 does look obnoxious. VR of 114. We are going to be rocket shipping. I gotta be honest with you, I really don't like the winglet Wingletless 773. I'm going to turn it back on. Because we're going to do wingletless on the 900. Wow, that looks so much better. Noise abatement, yeah. Noise abatement is left to chat. I mean, if you want to do wingletless, we need to load up the 600. Go wingletless. All right, we're gonna have to do this from the inside on this one. Here we go. Spool them up 40%. That too much? Why can't I get my Toga to take over? Oh, my handle is not seated. There we go. N1. LNAV Toga.
$80.
Throttle hold.
Beam rotate.
Jeez.
Positive right.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Flyby. What? Thousand feet, lower the nose. N1, LNAV, VNAV speed. I'm going to pull these out of the way. Flaps 15. Flaps 5. Clean it up. Flaps coming up. After takeoff. I mean, that was a straight up rocket ship. Get her trimmed out here for 250k knots. I wonder if it's going to do that autopilot thing again. Yeah, see? So. Monday. It's weird. It needs only virtual yoke for the autopilot to work. I don't understand why that's a thing. Don't understand that at all. Alright. Let's turn right. Heading select. 250. Flyby. Blast through 10,000 already. No, AJ, we will not be saying the line in this sim. Sounds are coming down a little bit though. That wing view looks real life. It's very close. That right there, that looks real life. All right, AJ, I'll give you that. That right there, real life. Got a little frame in the window there, real life. Xplane 12 with Ortho, you heard it right, man. You heard it. Southwest 357, proceed direct to Twine. Execute LNAV. Flyby. Alright, we're at of 13. And direct to Twine. And then we're not going to go all the way out to Palmdale. We'll cut the corner after, we'll go to Jillian here in a little bit. Once we get above 24, we'll cut the corner. I will say I went plane spotting in San Diego the other day, and the MAX was noticeably quieter than the NG. Oh, for sure. I know they were quieter. Didn't expect to be that obvious. Yeah, Double D Worth, the MAX is really nice and quiet. That's why I don't mind the MAX, like, if I'm going to fly on it as a passenger. I flew on a Southwest MAX, actually, not too long ago. And it was pretty nice. The NG was hot, loud. It's kind of like the 320 versus 320 Neo. The Southwest landing lights go off at 18K. My bad, Jeff. I forgot. I mean, Ortho's looking good out there in the mountains. I mean, that looks pretty dang good right there. At 35, they're all the same. I don't know, dude. The freaking Pratt & Whitney at 350 is silent when you're sitting up in front of the engine. Now, the seats do vibrate pretty good on the 320 Pratts. Get a little harmonic vibration. Robert, your best bet is going to just YouTube search Xplane 12 Ortho. And it's the #1 drawback for people flying Xplane, because in order to get it to look better, you got to do all this nonsense. But it's possible. But yeah, I can't even explain it very well. Definitely go YouTube. I think Q8 Pilot did a really good video on it. But there's also, so right now people use Auto Ortho. I would look into that. I don't even have Auto Ortho going because I don't know how to figure it out. This is the old Ortho we have on. This is the old school. Is 24 dead to you? Oh, hell no, Kings Bob. Matter of fact, I'm thinking what we could fly tonight. Maybe we'll do MD-80 flight after this evening. Oh, it's already 3:48. Dang. See what I mean, though? Xplane pisses me off because I wasted so much time here today. I really wanted to do 2 streams. But I wasted so much freaking time setting up one Xplane stream that could have maybe only do 1 stream. Alright, let's go direct to Jillian. We'll cut the corner now. Oh, that looks sweet. That breakaway view in the flyby. I mean, those clouds look real. I mean, clouds. Those mountains look real. Straight up looks real right there. I mean, that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Absolute cinema. Almost as much time as setting up those key bindings in 24. Yeah, but well, you only have to do it once. The thing with Xplane is you got to set up every friggin' flight you do. Map enhancement, that looked confusing as hell too. I looked at that for like 5 seconds. Why can't I just go to a website, download something, and just throw it in my scenery folder? Like, that really, it should be that easy. It should be that easy. Cat, what's up, man? I don't know. I'm not initially. In the future, hopefully, yes. You just described Auto Ortho? No, dude. Auto Ortho, you have to like download a bunch of programs, and then you gotta open it while you're running the sim, and then it can get corrupted while you're running, and then crash the sim. I hate having things running in the background. I've got 17 cameras, 54 peripherals, Streamlabs or OBS, YouTube chat box, Chrome. Like, I've got 720 different things running at once. If I throw in another program to run in the background that could crash the desktop, the sim, with one corrupt file, I don't like doing that. Yeah, people are like, Auto Ortho is so easy to install. Then the tutorial video is an hour long. Give me a break. I got oil to change. I go change the oil. So I downloaded the paint thing with the 7.3, and when I get in the game, it says NG Paint Kit. Well, when you go to Hump 7.3, when you go to your airplane, you should be able to select the livery. If you have a Ryanair livery out there, you should be able to select that livery. It just has the livery on the tail of the engine. I'm not sure, man. It sounds like you might be downloading the wrong file. Or maybe it's not a compatible file. I'm not sure. Alright, we're leveling 290. Standard set. STDs are set. And let's see. What if we put Lindy after Jillian? We'll just go direct to Lindy. Yep, that looks good. Jillian, Lindy, it's 5,000 or above. Oops, there we go, screw that up. There we go, I like that. Back above this haze layer here. Remember we had all those mods to like get rid of haze? Presenting InstaClouds by Xplane. Yep. Rough landings. This is the old Ortho. These are the old Fork Boys HD. So it has all of California. It's the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. You go to FlySim Aviation or whatever it is, and they have complete Ortho sets that you can download. And if you upgrade to Pro, you get unlimited download speed. So I downloaded 106, maybe it was 160 gigs. In about 25 minutes, and you just drop it into the custom scenery folder, run X Organizer, and you're done. That's still too many steps, but it's easier to me than doing a bunch of other nonsense. So, but that's what I'm running right now. It's actually these are older Orthos. We'll keep our progress page up here on the situation. I kind of liked our hip country we were listening to earlier. Hey, the clouds are going away. I mean, these mountains always looked really good. Let me see if I can get the website for you right now. Yeah, I've got it. Hang on. So this is the exact one I have right now, California. It's flyawaysim.com. Here's the link. This is the one I have right now. I downloaded the all of California today. And you can get some better zones like San Francisco and stuff. But yeah, it was 108 gigs, 108 gigs. And then I downloaded the mesh as well. But that's the website. Look at that. Old school Ortho, man. This brings me back to 2015. My goodness. The old days of streaming Xplane 12. 108 gigs? Yeah, for one state. So that's what took so long. So I downloaded that to just my store. I have like a 4 terabyte storage drive. It's not an M2 drive. It's just a regular SD or SSD. So I downloaded it there, and I wanted to just hyperlink it. But I couldn't figure it out. I think we figured out the problem, though. It was still in a zipped folder. I got to unzip it. So the only way around it was to move 108 gigs to my M2 drive, which I don't want the scenery there. So that took an hour and a half to just copy over stuff. Careful with the Alt-Tab and Xplane now. I know, Jeff, I know. Yeah, I had an old HDD for Fork Boys. I think I had 4 or 5. I think I had 4 terabytes. I had 2 drives, and I think they were 2 terabytes each, and all they were was Orthos. That's all they were. Uh-oh. I see the drop frames. Yeah, it's the internet freaking out. Hopefully it'll stabilize. Hopefully we don't get shut down. I think the internet is doing something funky. Stay with me. Stay with me, chat. All right, I think it's stabilizing. It'll be coming back. It'll be coming back. Give it a second. It'll be coming back. Oh, now it's going back down again. Xplane moment. Oh, but you don't have to stream Xplane. It should be coming back. Should be coming back. Try doing a refresh. You might be back. The songs are fitting. I know. That's what I did. I did it on purpose. Man, we're only 8 miles from top of descent. I got to go to the legs page here. It's Lindy at 5,000. Let's scroll that in up here. All right. Internet has fixed itself. If you're still having issues, just do a refresh. But I've got all green lights now. So that was an internet problem. All right. 5,000 is set. Annette Ref, we're going to do flaps 30, especially because we're super light. We'll do flaps 30, 130. We'll see if I have better handling coming down the slope. And also we'll see if I can flare this one actually. 110.9, final approach course 275. Let's dial that in up here on our MCP, baby. Hunt's thoughts on Delta? Delta's got a super mid livery, so probably not Delta, but I think we're going to take the 900 to Mexico City for a long haul on Alaska colors. From LAX to Mexico City. Blue hour departure into the night. 900 with no winglets, eyebrow windows, and a green dot video at cruise. I think we'll try to do that maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. We shall see, but I think we've already reached our TOD. We have. So we got to go back to work. Just like that. Quick flight. All right, a couple things we need to tune in. 110.9. Low frequency. 110.9. 110.9 is set both sides. That looks good. We're coming down on the VNAV. Descent speed, I want to do, yeah, 300 is fine on the descent. 110.9 is set. We'll do auto brakes 2. We'll do a little PA here.
Begin our descent. Please return your seats and fasten your seatbelts for the remainder of the flight. It's been our pleasure to have you on board today.
It doesn't matter which order you download them, rough landings. It doesn't matter. You can download either or. Coming up on SoCal off the right-hand side. I only got about 20 deadheaders in the back, so not that many people judging you. No pressure, right? Down we go. I mean, those look pretty dang good. Yes. I don't know if I like the window or not. Maybe I should move this seat back a little bit. A little trailing edge flap action. Ooh, that's kind of hot right there. Looking at Flight Sim Dispatch, Continental apparently took 900s to Mexico. Eastern T3, is there a Continental 900 livery? I know there's a United 900, but I don't think, I think it's the blue. It's not the old school one. Yeah, windows are a little bit blocky. It's no Fenix window, that's for sure. Right? That's where you kind of tell we're back in Xplane for sure when you look at those window sills. I think that's why I have my default view just past the window. All right, we're coming through 18, the meter down there in San Diego. .3007. .3007 is set out of 18 thou. Seatbelts are coming on.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
You miss Continental, good airline. I just miss having different airplanes to look at, you know? All the consolidation. Is the water graphics in 12 been improved? I think so. You'd have to ask an Xplane 12 fan. I know there was a stream or something where Austin was talking about how he was all giddy about his new water something. I think it was water physics or the way the water beach interacted. I don't remember. Oh yeah, when you have a bunch of deadheaders in the back, they're always going to say something. No texting while flying, chat. Flyby time in the turn here. I'm back here if you need help, times 20, yeah. All right, we're going direct to direct to Lindy now. Expect to cross Lindy at 5 thou. We're going to slow down here in about 5 miles. Still on the path. Things are looking good. It's a bummer it doesn't offer all 50 states. It's not all 50, but there's quite a few. There's quite a few states you can get there. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, rough landings. And I said this a while ago. I said, if Xplane could dedicate, if Laminar could dedicate, spend some money, get some good quality orthos, already package them, right? Put them all in one spot where all you have to do is download and put them in your folder. I think that would help a lot. Just have a vetted ortho and mesh thing, get it all situated, because there's a bunch of little things you have to do. Sometimes you have to tweak tiles and tweak this and tweak that. Get it all set up in one spot on one website. You can even call it laminarsartho.com and just have a file where you can download different areas. Did they implement new 3D weather radar of 12 and a level up? I don't know, Gold Gamer. I haven't even tried turning the weather radar on. There's not a cloud in the sky, so I wouldn't know. All right, as we go through 10 thou. Weather radar is on the 12.3 beta. Okay. Jesse, if someone's listening to me, probably not. But I mean, the hunting for everything. So not only do you have to tinker with the sim all the time to get it to run the way you want it to run, but you have to hunt for everything. Like, where does this? Oh, to get this to work, you need this. Okay, where's this? Oh, that's on a different website. Oh, that's on the org store. Oh, that's on the flysim.com. Like, there's so much hunting for everything. They just need to have their own website. LaminarXplane12website.com. Orthos. Click this link. Boom. Brings it all the orthos and meshes. Done. Scenery libraries. Click this link. Boom. All the scenery libraries available right here. Done. The last mesh I downloaded completely ruined my airport scenery. Yep. I had to remove the mesh in order to enjoy flying over Phoenix. I have a test drive. Going to give it a whirl. Yeah. Rough landings, that happened to me more than once in my time and dedicated Xplane 11 flying and streaming. And that's part of the reason why 2020 and 2024 I was just so relieved. It's just so refreshing. You just double click the flight sim icon on your desktop and everything is there. You want a custom airport? Flight sim store, boom, done. Or marketplace, install it, you're done. Don't even have to reboot the sim. You got a scenery to fly in your good scenery. Is 24 stable for me? Yeah, I haven't had a single issue with 2024, man. Haven't had a single issue with 2024, especially Sim Update 3. I know people are going to the Sim Update 4 beta for stuff. I don't have any reason to. I stay away from betas whenever I can. And it's been running flawlessly, smoothly, no issues. Jordan, no, this is Fly Sim Ortho, Old Fork Boy. There you go. That's the Ortho I'm using right now, Jordan, IRL. That link right there, flyawaysim.com, flyawaysimulation.com. Zach, yes. Oh, that's the other thing, though. Orbix. Like, why doesn't Orbix have True Earth? I loved the True Earth in Orbix. I mean, they have Great Britain for Xplane 12, but I think they kind of abandoned the whole Xplane thing as well. You know, if we had Orbix, NorCal, I bought them all. Every single Orbix that came out, I bought them all because it was a one-click install. So I know it's possible. It's possible. Orbix did wonderful stuff for Washington, Oregon, California, Florida. Just one-click install, done, and your entire state of Florida was photorealistic, beautiful scenery, handcrafted areas where they fixed some stuff. Yeah, it was great, Zach. Orbix was phenomenal. All right, 210 at Lindy. I'm taking over the speed. I'm going to start slowing down a little bit early here. True Earth works. There's a simple fix for that. No, see? If I had $1 for every time I heard there's a simple fix for that or there's an update for that between you and Gus, I'd have $500 by now. Yeah, Zach, I'm with you, man. This is not a full-time thing by any means. We are just, we're having some fun and we're messing around with the NGs that I've sorely missed, you know? All right, 225. We can go flaps 5. Yeah, CD Racer, I think you're right, man. I think you're right, too. Supply, demand, right? Demand goes down, supply goes away. You tricked the installer to think you have Xplane 11. You know what? I think I did that, AJ, at the very beginning. And when I did that, it worked pseudo, but then the meshes were all off, and then the performance went to crap because it wasn't optimized for lighting or whatever, and some areas looked pretty bad. So I remember messing with it in the beginning of Xplane 12, and it wasn't, it bricked the performance.
To go.
Cocaine at 36, and actually we can set Rebo at 2,000. Rebo 2,000. I'm gonna bug 180 here. Arm to Loke. Loke is captured. We'll stay in VNAV path for this, right? All right, here we go. CG above 2,700, we're right on the path, we're looking good. Flaps 10.
Thousand to go.
Brake is armed. We're going to hand fly this one in here. So I'm going to go autopilot off. I got to figure out. So see how it's fighting me. So now I got to turn. There we go. Now it's proper. Weird. Very weird. All right. What did we say our speed was? 135. gears coming down. Flight director's off. Give me the flight path vector. Flaps 15. Flaps 25, rather. We're going to do flaps 30 on this one. Flaps 30. Landing checklist. All right, flaps 30. Green light. Speed brake is armed. The go around altitude will leave at 2,000 set. Auto throttle to go, which I'll match it up here. Auto throttle's off. I love that magnetic switch that clicks off on the FCU or MCP, whatever the heck the thing's called. Runway's in sight. Landing. All right, flaps 30 now. Let's see how she handles. A little bit hot. Full nose up trim. Well, I'm just going to try to do similar to the flaps 40 landing just to see if there's a difference. I don't want to do anything completely different here. It's for science. It trims out really friggin' nice though. Man, it trims out nice. Look at that speed. We're less locked in. Couple knots fast.
$100. 50. 30.
Check. Close. 10. Hold the attitude, butter. Spoilers, reverse, manual brakes.
80 knots.
Out, off, reverse. Definitely had more control with flaps 30, so maybe that's the key. Just try not to flap 40 it. Let's see if we can make this one here. Yes, we can.
We ask that you please use caution when opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from any items that may have shifted during electronic devices. However, laptop computers may not be used at this time. Before you leave the aircraft, please be sure to check your seat pocket, the overhead bins, and the floor area around your seat for any personal articles you may have brought on board. We'd like to thank you for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board today and look forward to serving you again soon. Thank you and have a great day.
Sound is so good, man. I know I've said it 5,000 times. It's just so good. All right, we'll do all these. We'll do the 52 different clicks. Start the APU. Boom, 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 boom. Where are we going? We'll go into one of these games. So we can do our parking cam. Hold on there, trucks. This one's got a tow bar, so we'll go to this one. pretty good ERP on that one. Brakes are set. Disarm U. APU is not up yet. Gotta wait for engine cooldown anyway. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hey, we got a working jet bridge. We have a working jet bridge. It only took 6 airports and 3 flights, but we got a working jet bridge here. And just like that, that's all she wrote, guys. That's all she wrote. All right, let's go to, let's see how our landing was. A 138 according to Volanta. A 138. I'll zoom in on it so we can see it. Yep. 138. 1.3 G. Not bad for San Diego. I think flaps 30 is the key, guys. I think flaps 30 is the key. I'm going to do some tweaking with my profile. So this is what's really cool about force feedback is I can tweak the effectiveness of the elevator dependent upon speed, and if I make it more effective at low speeds, maybe at flaps 40 I'll have a little bit more control, and then we can continue to land flaps 40, because why else would you land a 737 not in flaps 40? It just looks too cool. So I'm going to see if I can tweak that a little bit more in the profile software. But until then, let's go ahead and do a replay. Nope, no SAM, just default. I hit Shift G. I bound it to Shift G. All right, let's go ahead and click it back. Don't touch anything. Click it back a little more. Don't touch anything. Play. Run it forward. We'll do a long replay at the end. There comes the gear. Please don't crash. Yeah, but flaps 40 looks so much better, Jeff. It looks so much better at flaps 40. Flaps 30 just looks so mid. Flaps 40 is where it's at. But I think that's what we're gonna have to do in this, is just do it within 30. Because when they go 40, it looks like barn doors hanging off the back. Well, full flap sim has only done like one full flap landing his whole career on YouTube. That's cool. A little bit of floating the spoiler there for the roll. Check, close, hold, butter. I mean, that looked pretty good from that view. Do a flyby shot. Oh, buddy, look at this. Look at this greaser. I mean, we dragged them on. Just dragged those tires on. That made up for our Burbank slow-mo smoocher. Like, we even have a bump in the runway here. It looks like we're missing a cockpit window, doesn't it? Look at this. Just hold it. They just dragged on. let's go back. Let's fly over the runway view, then we'll do the, look at this. See, I wish I could save this replay. The cockpit window fell out on the Burbank landing. Look at all the grime underneath the engine there, that's cool. And then we'll go to the parking garage here. Just hold it. See, it fought me a little bit. Man, I didn't realize we were that far off center line. A little off center line, but I'll take it for the grease. I will take it for the grease. Now the parking garage is allegedly, well, I don't even see it in this. It's not this far back, is it? Let's see. I think it's over here. We're going to go to this building. I think this might be it. This actually is it. This is it right here. Yep, this is it. I remember the first time I ever plane spat on the parking garage here in San Diego. I was amazed at the snap that you can hear of the vortices. So in real life, if you stand here in the parking garage and the planes go over, you'll hear a snap, and that's the vortices. It's pretty neat. FSX is better autogen. I don't disagree. Yeah, autogen's pretty bad. There's a traffic jam on the or a protest happening on the freeway. It is California though. All right. Sails coming up. I'll wind it all the way back. I'll let you have a replay here. Going into San Diego. I wish I could, this is where I wish I could change the time of day. You know, so you could see sunset or something, but it is what it is. All right. We're going to wrap it up here. That was a fun day of Southwest Ops. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed that. Just mixing it up here on the channel. Get a little Xplane in. Don't worry, we'll be back in 2024 here very soon. But we are going to be doing a longish haul in Xplane. We're doing night flight, so it looks even better because daytime Xplane 12 still kind of hurts a little bit. But I'm enjoying the NGs a ton. So thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for the wonderful comments and conversation, hitting the like button, the super chats, the bank angle checks, the membership milestone chats. Thank you for being members and supporting the channel. You guys make this channel go around. Appreciate you. Until the next one, y'all stay safe, stay healthy. I'm 3, 1, 0.